Yo, it's a Crystal Bass Duelist, and this is my first video. And like the title says, it's my Crystal Beast deck. Without further ado, let's go on with the deck. I'll be explaining as I run through the cards. But yeah, let's go. We got 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. When this card's summoned, you get a Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and you drop it into your backfield. This is your main searcher for the deck, and it helps you feel for hella cards. Next, we got Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. You put this guy down in your spell trap zone, and check this out. If it's special summoned by any way, you can pop as much Crystal Beasts from your back row and put them onto your field and like basically spawn rape all your opponents. Next up, we got 2 Crystal Beasts Emerald Tortoise. He's a good line of defense, and also I'll be telling you why I run 2 later in the video. Next up, we got Genex ally Birdman. He's good recycle for your Pegasus, so you could use it effectively again. And also, he gives you synchro summoning opportunities. Next, we got Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger. He's a Crystal Beast Amethyst Cat. Crystal Beast Amber Mammoth, another beat. Tragodia. You can't play Gores in here because Gores just isn't good in this deck. You see, because Gores, you need to be like you need nothing on your field to special summon him, and you can't do that because Crystal Beasts, they stay in your backfield and you want them in your backfield. So Trag's a good substitute for that. I'm probably gonna replace it for a Battle Fader because Trag's there to stop OTKs. Summoner Monk. Ditch a spell, special summon a level 4. This is ideal for Pegasus. Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder. You ditch 3 continuous spells, special summon him. The bad thing about him is that he eats up your backfield, and you need the backfield, basically, because that's the whole point of this deck. Without the backfield, you're fucked. But this guy, he's a really good beat, and he has burn damage as well. But I'm thinking about replacing him with Malefic Cyber and Dragon, because he's just easier to summon. Next, we got another staple. You got 3 Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. This thing has 5 different effects. 1, can't be destroyed by spells, traps, and effects. 2, you cut battle damage. If you have, by 1 and 2 I mean is that if you have 1 Crystal Beast in your back row, because its effects are cumulative to how much Crystal Beast you have in your back row. So let's continue. If you have 3, you can ditch 1 Crystal Beast monster to negate a spell or trap. 4 Crystal Beasts in your back row, you get to have an extra drop from your deck, and 5, you get to special summon 1 from your back row. Next up, you got Crystal Promise, special summon 1 from your back row, ideal for Crystal Beast, Ruby Carbuncle. Crystal Beacon, special summon from your deck if you have 2 in your back row. Crystal Blessing, let's say you run out of fuel from your deck and your hand, you get to return 2 Crystal Beasts from your graveyard back to your back row. Crystal Abundance, if you have 4 Crystal Beast Crystal Beast continuous spells in your back row, you can activate this card, send them all as a cost, and it sends the whole field into the graveyard, and however many cards that you send from your opponent's side of the field, you get that much Crystal Beasts back from your graveyard onto the field, and this can't be negated by Stardust, and it gets through Starlight and Stardust, and this thing causes OTKs for deck. 2 rare values, if you have 2 Crystal Beasts in your back row, you let your opponent ditch 1, their call, and you draw 2 cards. 2 MST, self-explanatory. Crystal Tree, if 1 Crystal Beast pops into your back row, this gets a counter every time that happens. You ditch those, and then you get Crystal Beast monsters from your deck and put them in your back. Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. Crystal Release, equip your Crystal Beast monster gains 800 attack points. If this goes into your graveyard from your field, you get 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck, and then you throw it in your backfield. Dark Hole, good for getting rid of a lot of stuff and helps your Crystal Beasts go into the back. Reckless Greed, I personally think this helps the deck run smoother. I'm thinking about running more, or I might run none at all because sometimes it's bad. But it has its plus side sometimes. Mirror Force, yeah, you all know what this does already. Horn of the Phantom Beast, 800 attack point boost, and if your monster kills another monster, you get to draw a card. So it's a +1. You get Starlight Road, because Heavy Storm is in this format, so yeah, that's just bad for Crystal Beast. Unless you can avoid it with like Ancient City Rainbow Ruins, then you're good. Other than that, go Starlight. But at the same time, Starlight's bad, because if you put it in at the wrong time, then it uses up your backfield and you're limited to the amount of options you can do. So moving on to the extra deck, we got Brionac. Black Ray Lancer, this is why I run 2 Emerald Tortoises. He's an Effect Veiler, except he's much slower. He doesn't do that hand drop thing. But he's still good. Zeman the Ape King, I don't have Utopia because I recently sold it off. Because, like, yeah, he's my substitute Utopia. You tribute a monster from your field or discard one from your hand, you negate an attack. Red Dragon Archfiend, I can't even go him, but just in case if I Monster Reborn him and I'm able to, and it works out in the situation, then I'll go Red Dragon Archfiend. Iron Chain Dragon. Grenosaurus, just to fill up space. Black Rose Dragon, he helps save a lot. He helps me save in a lot of games. Gaia, because he's a good beat. Terabyte, he helps me take over stuff that I want, and then I can exceed for Levy or something. But yeah, Levy right here. Beat. Zenmeister, I do this guy, and I flip my Peggy into face down, and he helps me refuel so I could reuse Peggy's effect. Stardust Dragon, he's there just in case if I can Starlight Road, but I can't really pull him out in games because this deck can't go 8. So yeah, due to the lack of money and due to all the stupid marketing of this freaking game, cards are expensive as fuck, like Glow Up Bulb. Like I can go easy Trishul or Mistworm in this deck, but like I said, cards are expensive. But overall, this deck can hold its own. It's pretty good, and I'm planning to like improve this deck after the new format. So yeah, that's basically my Crystal Beast deck. If you have any tips, complaints, or anything like that, just leave it down in the comments below or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have it, yeah, feel free to criticize because all that does is just help me, you know, improve this deck so that way I can keep up. Because cards, like the meta decks right now, are just super fast and it's hard for me to keep up with. But yeah, anyways, shit. Sorry, I just made this YouTube account just now. So, whatever name I said in the first few seconds of this video, signing out. Deuces.